Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family. We've grown strong.
Hello, you're with Libby Dyson from LibbyStamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and today I'm back with another one of those How Do I Do That videos. And today we're going to stamp on designer series paper or pattern paper. It's quite easy to do and quite effective. Now, I'm using the World of Good Specialty Designer Series paper today. And if you have a look through your designer series paper or pattern paper, you want sort of a plainish sort of background that your embossing's going to stand up against. So we've got some here. This one's too patterned, so I'm just trying to show you the difference. This one would work with a dark embossing powder, but we don't have that at the moment. So this one I've already used. This one would work with gold or silver. This one may work with white. This one would look lovely with gold or white. This one's too embossed, so you couldn't use that, it's just too busy. But the back of it you may be able to use. And this one's too embossed, but we're going to use the back of it today. This one you could use with white or gold. Yeah, so they're just some samples of ideas that you could use, and it's quite easy to do. So I have a piece of the World of Good Designer Series paper here, and it's going to make another one of these cards. And I keep my embossing powders in these little takeaway containers. I find it easy to travel with, like this, and the lid doesn't come off. And I also find the containers a good size to use for my embossing powder, because I can put my paper or cardstock over the top, tap off, and I don't get any residue anywhere. So we've got gold, silver and white Stampin' Emboss powder, and today we're going to try with the gold. Now, to do embossing you need a Versamark watermark type stamp pad, and Stampin' Up sell these and they're great. So I store mine upside down, and I do that for a reason, because if you store it this way, the ink goes to the bottom of the pad. You want the ink on the top of the pad at all times, so store it upside down. When you use it, of course, you need to use it the right way round. So I'm just going to grab a stamp, and this one I'm using Beautiful World, and I'm going to do Adventure Awaits. You line up your stamp where you think you want it, and this would be a good one to use on your Stamparatus too, so that you get it nice and straight, and you can ink it up again if you want to. And bring in a block, and then I just check on the back of my block that it looks straight. Ink it up with Versamark, ink it up well, but you don't want any ink around the edges of the rubber. So a good stamp down, and then stamp where you want it. Now you can't see that, but I'm going to put my Versamark away so I don't get Stampin' Emboss powder on it, and we're going to bring in the gold. And I have little spoons in mine. Alright, so I grab the little spoon I have in my Stampin' Emboss powder, and then I bring my designer series paper or pattern paper over to my container, and I give it a good coating a few times of Stampin' Emboss powder, and then flick off the excess, and there we have it with the embossing powder on it. Heat set it with your heat tool. Stampin' Up sell these heat tools. They're fantastic. I've had mine for years and years and years, and it's never given me any problems. So heat set it on setting 2. There are 2 settings. So 0 is closest to the cord, 1, and there are little numbers next to it. 1 is for if you're using window sheet or something delicate, and 2 is what we're going to use today on our D.S.P. So I'll be back in a minute when I've done that. Another good tip for using your heat tool is to warm it up first and then heat set what you need. So there we have our embossed sentiment on our D.S.P. designer series paper or pattern paper. So I hope you found those tips useful today. All these products are available in my online store and I'd love you to shop with me. And today we've used Beautiful World and World of Good Specialty Designer Series paper. So I hope you enjoyed these tips and I'll see you again next time with another How Do I Do That video. Alright, bye for now.